video. In this video, we are going to take a look at Pandas, which is a library for data manipulation and data analysis. So this is a complete guide for beginners. So first thing we are going to look at is what is a data frame. So a data frame is a table that contains an array of individual entries, which has a certain value and each corresponds to a row and a column. So let's see how we can create a data frame. So to create a data frame, we use the pd.dataframe object. And then the way of creating a data frame is similar to the way that we create dictionaries in Python. So we provide key value pairs. So as you can see, we have created a data frame with numerical values. We can also create a data frame with strings. For example, let's see. As you can see, we have also created a data frame with strings. So the other way is we can also provide an index. We can also provide an index for a data frame. So let me just copy this. As you can see now, our data frame has an index, and the second one is a series. So a series is a single column of a data frame. So we can also create a series by using the series attribute or the series object. Then we can provide the values. As you can see, we now have a series. And we can also provide an index to a series. Then we can provide an index. And we can also name the series. So most of the times you'll be working with comma separated values or CSV file. So you will not be creating your own data frames and series. So the way that we can do it is you need to read um, CSV files from a path. So in this tutorial, I have a wine review dataset that I have in my on my PC. I'll also upload it in GitHub and provide the description and provide the link in the description. So we have this path, and then we have the wine review. And then I assign it to the wine reviews goes to pd.read CSV, and then that's going to read my path. So we can also see the shape of our dataset by using the dot shape. As you can see, that provides us with the shape of our dataset. And we can also see the first 5 items in our dataset using the head method or the head function. As you can see, we now have the first 5 items in our dataset. So as you can see, we have also this index. We have also this column code unnamed. So we need to fix that so that we can provide so that our index starts from 0. So to do that, we simply say wine reviews. Wine reviews is equals to pd.csv. We provide the path, and then we say index is equals to 0. Oh, it's supposed to be index column. And then if we say wine, and then if we say wine reviews dot head, now you can now see that our index now starts from 0 on columns. It now starts on 0. So the next thing that we are going to be doing is indexing, selecting, and assigning. So the first thing that we do is when selecting items in our dataset, we can just use the dot operator like the way we access objects in Python. For example, if we want to access the country in our dataset, if we want to access the country in our dataset, we can simply say wine reviews dot country. As you can see, it returns all the countries in our dataset. And if we also want to access the description, we can just say wine reviews dot description. As you can see, it provides us with all the description in our dataset. And then the other thing that and then the other way of accessing items in our dataset is accessing them like we access items in a that is similar to the way we access items in a dictionary. For example, if you want to access the country, you can just say wine reviews square brackets country. As you can see, it returns all the countries in our dataset. And let's do the same for the description. Square bracket and the description. As you can see, it returns all the description. So which is the best way to access objects? So you can use either the dot operator or the square brackets method that is used for selecting dictionaries. But the square bracket method is better than the dot operator because sometimes you find that you might have a data set with spaces in between, like description, let's say, of wine. you can't access that using the dot operator, but using the method for selecting items in a dictionary, it's much easier. So now let's look at index-based selection. So index-based selection, there are two types of them. There's the ilog and the log. So let's say if we want to access the first row in our data set, if we want to access the first row in our data set, we can use the .ilog, provide 0. As you can see, it returns the first item, the first row in our data set. As you can see, it returns the first row in our data set. Let's see here, US, this is tremendous 100%. So as you can see, it returns the first row in our data set. We can also make it to return all the rows in our data set. So if we say wine reviews, wine-reviews.ilog, then we want to return all. As you can see, it retains all the countries in our data set. It retains all the countries in our data set. So this operator is used to select all, and then this returns the first column in our data set. It returns the first column in our data set. So if we wanted to return all the descriptions in our data set, we can simply write 1. As you can see, it returns all the descriptions in our data set. All the descriptions in our data set. So this is used to say to all the columns. And then this is to return all the rows in our data set. All the rows in our data set. It's going to return all the rows in our data set, all the rows in our data set. And then the 1 is used to select this column, the second column in our data set. So as you can see, it returns all the rows in our data set and 1 column in our data set. So if we only want to return, let's say, if we only want to return, let's say, only 4 columns in our data set, we simply say from 1 up to 3, and then we provide, let's say, 0. As you can see, we only return only 3 columns in our data set. It returns only 3 columns in our data set, right? It only returns only 3 columns in our data set. So we can also use negative numbers. For example, uh, -5. As you can see, the -5, that means it returns the last 5 columns in our data set. It returns the last 5 columns in our data set. We can also use what we call label-based selection. Label-based selection using the log property. For example, we can use wine reviews. So this returns US. So we are saying we want to return the first country We want to return the first country in the country column, which is US. Uh, we can also return the first four countries, which are US, Spain, US, Spain, then US, US. We can also return other attributes in our dataset. For example, sorry, so it's supposed to be a square bracket, country, then description. Description. As you can see, it's going to return all the countries in our data set. So I made a type. It's supposed to be description. So as you can see, we are saying that we are going to select all the items in our country and then description, as you can see. Now it returns all the all the items in the country and description. If we select the first, let's say, first three items, as you can see, yeah, it returns the first four items. Since it counts from zero, it returns the first four countries, and the first four descriptions, right? And then the other thing that we can use Pandas is conditional selection. Is a conditional selection. For example, if we want wine reviews coming from Italy, as you can see, this conditional statement is going to look through all our countries. If it's not Italy, it's going to give us a false, to return a false. If it's Italy, it's going to return true. So let us return, let's see, let us return items. Let us return wine. Let us visualize wine that only is in Italy. So country is equals to Italy. As you can see, now we have combined that statement above with the log property, right? As you can see, now it's going to return all the wine that comes from Italy. Let's say wine to the end. Okay, we can also want to return wine that comes from, want to select wine that comes from Italy and wine that comes from USA. I think I made a syntax error. Okay. So this is wrong. This is wrong in pandas. This is not allowed. So the only way you can do it is by using an inbuilt function. We can use an inbuilt function dot is in. Yeah, an inbuilt function called dot is in, and then we can provide then the two countries that we want our wine to come from, Italy, let's say, and USA. Right, as you can see now, it returns wine that comes from Italy and USA. Okay, it's supposed to be US, not USA. It's supposed to be US. Right, as you can see now, we have both wine that comes from US and Italy. Perfect. So the next thing that we can do using Pandas is assigning. We can say wine reviews. We want to assign the critic column to everyone. So now we can want to visualize where is the critic column. Now, as you can see, the critic column is now assigned to everyone. The critic column is now assigned to everyone. So, so the other useful methods in Python in Pandas is the describe method, one of the most used. Describe. So as you can see, the describe method returns the count, the mean, which is our average, standard deviation, mean, our percentile is lower percentile is upper percentile, and our maximum value. Yeah, it's one of it's very useful. And then we can also use the describe method, say to describe as a description of our countries. As you can see, top, it gives us frequency, name, country, and then top is USA. So guys, thanks for watching. Please, if you enjoyed this watching this tutorial, please make sure you give a thumbs up, and please make sure you turn the notification bell and subscribe my YouTube channel so that you do not miss machine learning tutorials. Cheers.